welcome again to another edition of John's Media World Extra. I'm John Peterson, podcasting from Madison, Wisconsin. Well, the Daily Show came up with a nice clip package for us, a trip down memory lane, recalling the right-wing reaction to the global COVID pandemic. Not included in this is the Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Rebecca Bradley's reaction to the governor's stay-at-home policies. She called him a tyrant. Really? It's a public health issue, not a power grab. But anyway, let's get to the clip package. I love this thing. It is funny in retrospect. Take a look.
Tonight, I can report the sky is absolutely falling. We are all doomed. The end is near. The apocalypse is imminent, and you're going to all die. Or at least that's what the media mob would like you to think.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm dead right on this. The coronavirus is the common cold, folks. The hype of this thing as a pandemic, as the Andromeda strain, as, oh my God, if you get it, you're dead.
This is one of those cases where the more I learn about coronavirus, the less concerned I am. There's a lot of hyperbole.
The national left-wing media playing up fears of the coronavirus.
The sky is falling because we have a few dozen cases of coronavirus on a cruise ship. I am far more concerned with stepping on a used heroin needle than I am getting the coronavirus, but maybe that's just me.
It's a virus like the flu. All the talk about coronavirus being so much more deadly doesn't reflect reality.
This virus should be compared to the flu because at worst worst case scenario, it could be the flu.
The far more deadly, more lethal threat right now is not the coronavirus. It's the ordinary old flu. People are dying right now. Nobody has died yet in the United States, as far as we know, from this disease.
That's right.
And the facts are actually pretty reassuring, but you never know it watching all this stuff.
You want to know how I really feel about the coronavirus, Juan? If I get it, I'll beat it. I'm not afraid of the coronavirus, and no one else should be that afraid either.
It is very, very difficult to contract this virus.
It's milder than we thought. The fatality rate is going to drop.
So when you hear the context, it's not quite as scary.
It's actually the safest time to fly. Everyone I know that's flying right now, terminals are pretty much dead. And then the planes, remember back in the day when you had a seat next to you possibly empty, you could stretch out a little more? It's like that on every flight now.
One of the things you can do if you're healthy, you and your family, it's a great time to just go out, go to a local restaurant.
Yeah.
Likely you can get in easily.
Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz mocked concerns about the spread of the virus by wearing a gas mask on Capitol Hill.
When a reporter in the Capitol asked Senator James Inhofe of Oklahoma, 85, what precautions he was taking, he extended his arm with confidence. Want to shake hands?
In our line of work, you shake hands. I expect the president will continue to do that. I'll continue to do it.
We have contained this. I won't say airtight, but pretty close to airtight.
It is being contained. And do you not think it's being contained?
0 people in the United States of America have died from the coronavirus. 0.
This is a flu. This is like a flu. It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
All right, there you go. Pretty bizarre, isn't it? We forgot all of that. I'm glad they brought all of this back so we can remember and keep that in mind as we listen to what they're saying today. In fact, MAGA's completely forgot about what happened during the COVID pandemic. It was under Trump's watch, resulting in Trump's defeat against Joe Biden. Yeah. So here's Trump doing what MAGAs are now still whining about.
I know that you received the vaccine. Mrs. Trump also got the vaccine. Would you recommend to our audience that they get the vaccine then?
I would. I would recommend it, and I would recommend it to a lot of people that don't want to get it, and a lot of those people voted for me, frankly. But, you know, again, we have our freedoms, and we have to live by that, and I agree with that also. But it's a great vaccine. It's a safe vaccine, and it's something that works. And we've been working round the clock. And what I got the FDA to do, this would have happened. This would have happened in many, many years from now if I didn't get involved, and if we didn't get involved.
And again, the deniers about the global pandemic, like Rand Paul, is out there in a witch hunt against Fauci, using his personal diary. This is something that was not supposed to be made public, but they made it public so they could go after him. And Lawrence O'Donnell had a great piece on this. Let's watch.
The Fauci diaries released by Rand Paul revealed someone else saying, "I love you, Tony." The June 2nd, 2020 entry in Dr. Fauci's diary says, quote, "As usual, POTUS was very warm and friendly with me. When he walked into the Oval with us waiting, I was standing next to the door and he said, 'I love you, Tony. I feel like giving you a big hug.'" Rand Paul didn't quote that diary entry today, which reads as a straightforward description, an actual accounting of what was happening to him every day, almost all of which is about the virus he was trying to conquer, find fault with Dr. Fauci for recording things that actually happened to him, like phone calls with Barbara Streisand and other celebrities. Dr. Fauci has been accused of name dropping in his diary, which is impossible because he's name dropping in a document that no one else was ever supposed to read. He mentions names like Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Francis Ford Coppola, all in the same sentence, actually.
For good reason.
Because he mentions them in a diary entry about receiving the Leonardo da Vinci Award from the Italian American Foundation. And so, some famous Italian Americans were there. The most famous Italian Americans were there. And I don't know anyone who's met those people who hasn't made some kind of note about it and told someone about it. And so Dr. Fauci mentioned those names to his diary, where there is no bragging. There's no bragging in that diary. It's a record of who he met, of who he talked to. There's no excitement. There's no glee about the surge in his fame that he records in his diary. He marvels at the weirdness of it, as has every single person in the history of massive rocketing surges in personal fame. Whenever that happens, people find it strange and disorienting, and that's what Dr. Fauci records, that it was strange and disorienting. 99% of his diary during the COVID-19 pandemic is about the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes.
There is nothing in the diary that reeks of vanity. Rand Paul has said that Dr. Fauci should be in prison without ever once having named an actual crime that Dr. Fauci could ever be charged with.
It's right on. That's Lawrence O'Donnell giving it to Rand Paul. All right, now let's get to something I ran across, and I thought this was bizarre and interesting, and of course, from another COVID denier. It's called the BLT vax theory, okay? Wait for it.
Crazy. I don't know if you heard about the BLT sandwich using human fetus baby parts in the vaccine when they could have used ivermectin, but maybe they're helping the big pharma get rich. If he were to be convicted of contempt, it'd be a $100,000 fine, up to a year in jail. But that's not enough. And Senator Scott said he's hiding behind a fake auto pen pardon. So I'm hoping that he gets accountability and justice.
Okay, there. COVID denial and the auto pen, the fake auto pen signatures. Wow, these guys won't let go of anything, will they? All right, here's another clip package put together. I just love this. This actually uses the voice of Laura Ingraham complaining about other people who are caught on camera kind of mugging it up, getting some attention by making faces, stuff like that. Well, she's caught making faces during the Fauci hearings, and I think this pretty much says it all about these people.
Smirking for the camera, this smirk she had on her face, shaking her head. And she just kind of rolled her eyes, mugging for the cameras. And at certain points, it almost seems like a competition for the camera. Her little charade for the cameras isn't just an example of conduct that is boorish and rude, arrogant and rude, always performing for the cameras. Taking a selfie like a junior high school girl.
You just gotta love that stuff. Oh, well, I gotta hand it to whoever it was that remembered that audio where she was describing other people mugging it up on camera, and then using it for this particular clip that was taken from the Dr. Fauci hearing in the Senate. It's just fantastic stuff. I appreciate it.